The importance of teams or stewardships. First question is this: how does teamwork affect purpose within an organization? Teamwork personally means people working together, people working for the same goal into the organization. Secondly, the values. What values the team brings to the individual brings to the organization? Sometimes we have people who are negative and positive. When you have positive people, they change the organization. A person may come in as a leader and have great ideas, but the only thing about having great ideas, you need to have people follow you. If people are not following you, then the great ideas don't mean nothing. Second is the purpose. What is the purpose you're trying to do? What are you trying to change into an organization? A lot of times, companies acquire other companies for the purpose of getting bigger, but getting bigger means that sometimes they lose their values and they hire the wrong people to work inside the organization. And the pursuit of stewardships. Stewardship person to me mean like referees. The NBA, or NCAA, they have referees. The job of the referees is to the job of the referees to me is to when rules are broken inside the game, they enforce penalties. The penalties don't really change the player's habit, but what the penalties does is punish the players for not following rules that are set by the leagues. Because the goal of the league is to try to keep the play clean and also corrupt referees or people who are with corrupt intentions ruins the games. So that's one reason. That's one reason they call them stewardship. They go to try to keep the integrity of the game normal. In order to be good stewardship in any organization or any league, like I used earlier, referees, you have to know the rules, understand the rules, and know when to apply the rules. I remember years ago I refereed with this young man, and it was a different school. It was a basketball game, and each school brought their own referee, but the other referee was cheating. I mean, he was trying to make it harder for players on my team to attend the game, and he wanted his team to win. I mean, his team eventually win, but it showed me that one thing, like I mentioned earlier, a person needs integrity. Without integrity, it leads to having poor value system, and it leads to lack of focus. I mean, your focus could be to win the game, but as a stewardship, a person want to keep the game going. You want to be able to pass on the rules to the next person, but you want to keep it honestly. You don't want to be corrupt. When it's corrupt, it hurts everybody else, not only you, but it hurts the other team. It's like if you're taking over a business, and there's a certain way of doing things, like certain rules that like say FDA has certain rules, and then if you don't follow the rules, like say instance you go into the poultry business, and you decide that you're gonna make it corrupt, and now I mean corrupt, you don't follow the rules of like how to keep things clean, you don't take care of bacteria, and what happens? People get sick, and your organization could go out of business. And the text example they gave us was a horse business, or I would say the thoroughbred business, where they want to make sure that the horses are kept clean, they are not abused, and the riders are honest. And people were like for years were corrupting the abuse, and then also remember you also have gambling going on in the horse business, and that could be millions of dollars. So we want to make sure that whoever wins the gambling stakes are honest. And it's the same thing as in the NFL, where players are automatically drug tested because they want to make sure that players are not taking steroids or not using anything to help them win or become better than anybody else. I remember I had a buddy of mine told me years ago that he was taking steroids, and eventually the steroids started affecting him mentally. So he had to stop taking the steroid. He was using the steroid for lifting weights. Same thing. You want to make sure that if all this is run, that it's honest and that it's clean and that it can reflect a positive attitude towards the its environment. Personally, I think in many instances people have good intention, but good intention a lot of times could lead a person to a path of corruption. That's why good intention is always good. but you also must follow the rules. Some people live by breaking the rules or living on the edge of the rules. That's the reason why a good stewardship for individuals is important, because they will actually find out what the person is doing and try to correct the person.